Okay, Sabrina, I know it's your first meeting, we're gonna go overtime, there's nothing we can do about it, I'm sorry. We've got to get to the work plan, you guys. Here's a hard copy of it. And hopefully I can pull it up on here. There we go. What we're gonna do is, these are the 14 items that have been submitted for the work plan. It's not finalized. If somebody's got something else they want to toss on it today, we're gonna do that. What we've got is basically a description of what it is and what the desired outcome of it is gonna be. And now somehow this thing has shrunk. Somebody messed with my machine is the problem. Is anybody good with this better than me?
Try control money.
What I want to get to is, okay, we'll go off the paper. Nothing else we can do about it. The top one, there's two of these in pink already because these are work plan items that we're going to force to be done. One is the caucus process, and basically we're going to have to do something through the year to make this work. So that's already on there, how we implement it is doing. And now later on, down at the bottom of that front page, you'll see the Measure B sales tax. That's another process we've been assigned by the mayor and the city council. We have to do that, so those are two big efforts that we're gonna have to put in next year. So let's just start at the top, and what we're gonna do is the person who submitted the idea will read out what the description is and what they expect for results. And then all we wanna have here is basically a show of hands. Do you think that this is an idea that you would like to do? It's green. If this is something you're dead against, it's red. If you don't care, I call it the meh vote, just put up yellow. And we're gonna put down what those numbers are so that the person who sponsored the idea has got some sense of how popular their idea is and whether it's gonna go anywhere. Okay, there's where the numbers will go into that good ideas part. So the first one happens to be mine, it's code enforcement. Because code enforcement is understaffed, many problems go uncorrected and frustrate the nearby residents. Why is this? What can we do to help it make it more effective? This is a big problem across all districts, and it ought to have an ad hoc to do it. The result that we're looking for is be more inspections for code enforcements, some persuasive fines to get people to actually fix these messes up, resulting in less blight and a cleaner city. How many people think this is something we should take on next year? Who's going to count for me? Nicole, will you count?
So 11 green. And
Anybody think it's a bad idea? None?
were there any yellows?
Any yellows? Just sort of don't care? None. Okay, 0-0. Good for you guys. This is going to work. Next up, Nick is not here. Work with the San Jose Clean Energy Initiative to help provide community input for the community choice aggregation. This is a way the city will buy power from other places, from green sources primarily, and then we will buy our power from the city instead of PG&E. PG&E will do the delivery and the billing, but the power will be purchased by the city and in green sources. So the idea is we can be greener and the rate to the citizens is going to be less. It's going to result in a go-no decision that prioritizes residential and business customer costs as well as green energy considerations. Good idea?
Good idea, or wait, are you saying it's a good idea or something we should dedicate time to?
No, something we should do. This should be on the work plan for next year, something we could do. Any greens? Just the greens at first? Just one? Okay. Bad idea? Reds?
Who's yellow?
No, red first. Yeah, red's first. Good idea, bad idea, don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yellows. Need more information, basically. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next one. Great. Terry, why don't you take this? Policy 6-30.
So I was asked to look at 630 this year. Our group looked at it. We came up with some really good ideas and thoughts. And I've had a ton of questions. And then I had a question just the other day in regards to how does this fit into our charge? Transportation. It doesn't. Public safety. It really doesn't. Code enforcement. Well, that's a different category, so it really doesn't fit into that. Annual budget. It really doesn't fit into that. So I was going to come back and say that I think we need to defer all of these discussions until after or find out we as a committee what we're going to be doing. And that's after our retreat. So I can't answer.
Just pull this off for now,
direction.
so no vote on this one, that's
Yeah.
good enough. Next up is Mimi's, continue the existing annex, they're dealt with separately before, we'll get that later. David, foster creating neighborhood associations, read your
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah, the idea here was just to get more coverage of neighborhood associations, and I thought that tied in directly with what we're doing and is kind of an output of the roadshow. And as an output, as an example, District 2, they now have a map of District 2 and color-coded for what areas geographically are covered by neighborhood associations, and ideally the whole thing would be green.
So, and the outcome of this will be more neighborhood associations?
Yeah.
Is this something we should take on? Anybody with a yes, put up a green?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green.
Noes?
1, 2 noes.
And need more info.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to back. Okay.
Next up, Roadshow Leadership Conference, Perry?
To better create a platform for leadership training and communication. All these things will be drafted and put together. We need some type of platform for communication, and we're gonna bring up the topic of some type of bylaws that would govern the way we hold these types of outings or events per se. So, I guess the goal would be that we get some type of bylaws to draft a platform to where we can operate in a safe environment without having, I guess basically being transparent between the public and the government.
Okay, good idea. I'll put up your greens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green.
Bad idea?
1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 3 yellows. Okay.
Great. Next up is homeless. Jonathan, why don't you take that?
Yeah, so for next year, sorry, I'm reading off my phone here because my internet on my computer is not working. It's to participate in the update of the dispersion policy. As the housing department has told us, we have an opportunity to work there to update that policy to more accurately describe both our desire to provide integration and opportunity throughout the city of San Jose, to suggest the removal of barriers that limit housing opportunities, and to enable residents to participate in future siting opportunities via the Neighborhoods Commission.
Good idea?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green.
Bad?
Bad. It's okay if you think it's bad. Nah. 1, 2. Okay.
Okay, I'm almost there with the computer here. Participatory budgeting, or legal dumping, same as last year. Jim, you want to carry that one?
Well, I just thought we'd carry on from what the committee, sorry, I just thought we'd carry on from what the ad hoc committee did for last year in their goals and their objectives.
Get there. Good idea? Go ahead and put it up there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green.
Okay.
Bad idea. Any reds? Any bad? 1, 2, 2 no. Okay.
Good one there now. Participatory budgeting, Harpenter had to leave. Read about it in the mayor's thing. Basically, it lets neighborhoods vote on how to spend some of the money. It's about $200,000 per council district. Let's vote on it. He's not here to talk about it. Yeses?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yeses.
Bad idea? 1, and men?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Public safety, increased public safety staffing. Olivia, this was yours?
I think that we should continue with this. This is part of our main scope, which is code enforcement, transportation, and public safety. So this is our job. So continue to work at it.
Oops.
Goods? Yes?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green. Any red? Any met? 1, 2, 3.
Are you a man, John? 1.
Are you a met 1?
No.
You're a green, right? So, could the mess please raise your mess? 1, 2. Thank you.
Measure B, sales tax is automatically on it. This is Juan's review, sales tax revenue maximization strategy. Go ahead, Juan.
I'll just read it. The city has insufficient revenue to address pressing priorities adequately because it lags behind other cities in sales tax revenue per capita. The auditor told us, right? And review the cities. The commission should review the city's existing proposed strategies to increase sales within San Jose. We should determine which strategies we support. I outlined a proposed process because that's what we're supposed to do. So staff provide us with a document that identifies existing and proposed efforts. We review the document prior to the next meeting. Perhaps some include budget asks. We decide which strategy items we support, and we draft a letter of support for the items that we do. And of course, if there were none, then we wouldn't draft a letter.
Green.
Yeses?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Bad? 1, 2?
2? Sorry. Just 1?
No, that was a good one.
You were a good one. Okay. Any mess?
That's 1.
1 yellow.
Roundabouts, Rich?
This is to compare and contrast traffic safety approaches between traffic lights, stop signs, and roundabouts. Gain the city's insight as to their thoughts on roundabouts and their effectiveness. This ad hoc would also have a cost analysis of synchronizing lights, stop signs, and roundabouts. The state of Washington has a benefit analysis of roundabouts. The other part would be to inform DOT/council about the neighborhood's concerns over traffic congestion and flow, inform DOT and council about neighborhood concern for public safety and budget concerns in regards to finding the least costly approach, and make a recommendation to use roundabouts as a preferred method in providing smoother traffic flow, road safety throughout the city.
Yeses?
That's a big
1,
That's a big
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Greens. Any red? Reds?
This is a big issue for us.
1.
Our neighborhood, big issue.
And men? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Excellent. Vehicle abatement, we have a guest appearance from ex-commissioner DeBergen.
All right.
Sent me this in today. Why don't you read it off for us, Steve?
Okay, so former Commissioner Dee Berrigan, I'm actually here on behalf of the District 3 Leadership Council to support the vehicle abatement topic for the work plan for next year. Currently, it is as stands with the explanation, which is to, let me find this here, examination of the vehicle abatement unit, hiring, response times, and 72-hour notice follow-ups. Currently, many of our neighborhoods in District 3, we have abandoned vehicles that are either, they're being reported, but there's lack of response or lack of follow-up. In some cases, the vehicles are actually being ticketed and not followed up with a tow. Good example, we have a vehicle right now that's been ticketed, it's been stationary for a month, and it's sitting on a brick, so it's missing a tire. It's not going to go anywhere, and there's lack of follow-up. So hopefully it stays on the voting ballot.
Good idea?
Thank you, Dean.
Great.
James? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. Any reds? Reds. 1. And red. 2, 3, red. Okay.
Excellent. We'll move along. Fireworks, same as last year, so it was basically get better reporting and get the fireworks mess under control of some sort. Good idea?
John, what are you? Are you green? You're a Matt. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Bad idea?
Okay. And
Matt?
then, oh wait, are you?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4 Matt. Okay. Matt. Okay.
Voice of the community. Mimi, this is yours? Yes? It was the ones that came out, you said repeat the things we did last year. That was your idea. So what do you do on one or do on the voice of the community?
I think it might have the wrong name.
No, it was put up, remember up above, there was one that said, do the ad hocs from last year. Was your idea. So we'll just drop that one for now, and it's gonna be part of one of the other things that we have, right? Sure. Okay, so we'll just exit out. Any other any ideas of things that ought to be on the work plan that we haven't done? Juan?
This is not an idea, I just want to note that maybe after the retreat, some ideas will be refined. I did not, for example, disagree with focusing on homelessness. I just was uncertain as to whether that project was the one that we needed to pursue.
Yeah, we're gonna do the same exercise this next month. So the idea here is people who've got an idea, if you're not seeing any support or a lot of indifference, get out and start selling, because if it's gonna make it on the list, it's gonna be some work. So we'll do the same thing next month, and we're gonna vote the final vote in June. So we'll have been through the retreat before both of those things. It's just a heads up for anybody who's got an idea up there. Thank you very much for your patience. We ran late, but that's life it is. On the bottom of the agenda on the website, you'll find the topics that are coming up next month, and so you can review what it is. But we're basically in wrap-up mode now. We're going to get final reports from all 6 of the ad hocs, and that's about all we're going to do, work on the work plan and close things off. Thank you very much.
Perfect timing.
Meeting's adjourned. Oh, we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Okay, that's, and
And then on time.